So now I introduce you to the panelists of the day, uh, Ms. Shalini Bhalla. Ma'am, welcome to the show. Shalini ma'am has been an educationalist since past 2 decades. Shalini runs her own organization called Inner Space, which specializes in designing curriculum, taking workshops, and analyzing psychometric tests. She is also the director of Central Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry and also takes lectures at MSU Vadodara. Shalini ma'am, welcome to the program. And I welcome you on behalf of Square Tales and all the participants who I see across the screen have been there on the chat lines and sharing their welcome note to you. Second panelist of the day is Shweta Shah. She is a teacher trainer, storyteller, and an educational counselor. She has worked as a principal for a preschool chain with 5 centers for 6 odd years. She has been a founder and director of Swesha, which is learning and capacity building workshops. She also conducts customized teacher training and upgradation workshop based on psychometric assessment in collaboration with Inner Space, and also does career tests and learning style tests for school. She also does storytelling workshops for preschools and schools and she's also the founder of the Fun Factory events. That's something new which she has started out. And Shweta comes in from the diamond city of Surat, and we have got Shalini ma'am from the Sanskar Nagari of Vadodara, right? So over to Shweta and Shalini ma'am. We can start with, I believe, Shalini ma'am, and she would like to introduce us to the multiple intelligence vast chapter. Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, it's a vast chapter. Thank you, sir, for your kind words. And hi, Shweta.
Hello, ma'am.
Before we start, I could see more than 600 participants joining us. That's really good. And good evening to all of you, those who are attending this program. Multiple intelligence, as you can say, it's a vast topic and definitely the most important for at today's, you can say, when we talk about today's scenario. When we talk about multiple intelligence, the name which comes to our mind first is the Howard Gardner, because he was the person who had proposed this theory in 1983 in his book called Frames of Mind. So that time when he had proposed, he had done with 8 intelligences. Then later on, he proposed one 9th intelligence. But 9th intelligence, the 9th one we would not be discussing much, because as it is on existentialism. So that is not much applicable, I should say, to the preschoolers. So we would talk about the 8 intelligences. Now, what is multiple intelligence? Multiple means different ways of learning. There are different styles of learning, you can say. We will be talking today, as this is the teacher training program, we will be talking about what is multiple intelligence, importance of multiple intelligence in preschool years, identification of MI, and different types of MI. So this all things we will be covering today. As we all know, each and every child is unique. We say that सब बच्चे अलग हैं. हम सब यहाँ पे जितने भी लोग हैं, हम भी अलग हैं. We all participants, those who are watching this program, in fact the panelists, so everyone is different in their own capabilities. Each one of us has different capabilities, and all of us possess all the 8 intelligences. But the only thing is, some of us possess some of the intelligence in a dominant way more than the other intelligences. Why? Because this could be a genetical factor, that some of the few intelligence come earlier, and then few are nurtured and taken to a certain extent. So when we talk about the 8 intelligence, जब हम आज 8 intelligence की बात कर रहे हैं, why these are important in preschool years, the first question comes to our mind. Why should we do it in the preschool years? Why? Because we talk about the foundation stage. हम बोलते हैं, the preschool years is the foundation. It lays the foundation for the entire career of the child. So it is important. We need to have a holistic development of the child. When again we are talking about holistic development, we have to target all the entire areas. We cannot target just the linguistic verbal intelligence, you can say, or the maths portion. We need to target the entire thing. Then one more thing, why it is important? Because at preschool level, we are looking at the left brain functioning and the right brain functioning. Both brain have to function equally in an equal manner. So if we are nurturing only the verbal skills and the number skills. As you all are aware, number and verbal skills come under left brain. So हम उसी brain को basically कर रहे हैं. So what about our right brain? Right brain is full of creativity. So have we exposed the children to that particular portion? So that is where MI comes into picture. That is why MI is important, targeting the holistic manner towards your all intelligences. And today we are going to talk about the child as a whole. बच्चा किस तरह से, how the child learns rather than the way I want to teach the child. We will be targeting about that. Now, first, before getting into anything, let us play a small game so that we come to know our own intelligence. Now, I would request, sir, just first a screen display kar dijiye. We'll play a small game with everyone where you need to just understand kya likha hua hai. Today, I'm going to take you all to a barber shop. As it is during COVID, we were not able to go. So let us all go to the barber shop and let us all just see the 8 intelligences, what it is talking about, where the sir will be displaying the screen to you, and where you need to just understand what type of intelligence you have. आपको कौन सा इंटेलिजेंस सबसे ज्यादा पसंद है, आप उसी को सिर्फ पिक करोगे. And just in your mind, you don't need to do anything. You don't need a paper. You don't need a pen. You don't need anything. You just need to do it. You have to just put your screen live and then he will put you the questions. Okay, still, I think so, sir is putting up.
Yeah.
Sir, the first one, I have, I think so, sent 3 screens. So the first one we will be doing. See, this is experiencing the 8 intelligences. So now what I will do is, sir, ये जरा पूरा आप दिखा सकते हो तो I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Everyone, it is the right portion is not much visible. If you, yeah. Okay, now experiencing the 8 intelligences, you all have 8 activities in front of you. In your chat box, I want you to just write which activity did you like the most. That's it. Which activity did you like the most? In the chat box, you can just write that. The first one, as it is saying, shake your head in a way that you would like to get a new hairstyle. As I told you, I'm taking you to a barber shop. Okay. The next one is think of a tune that you would do, like cutting your hair. If you want, if you remember some song, what type of song would you remember? Just which example you will pick up, you just need to write that in the activity box. That's it. Chat box, just write down, or which tree or plant would you associate sitting there? Or you would convince the person. Okay, fine. I'm getting a lot of answers. Neeta ma'am, draw. Okay. Small poem. The 4th one. Okay, fine. So many answers coming together. Okay, that's too good. That I need to keep a check on so many answers. Okay, now I think so. All 700 participants, if they are going to answer all this, I don't think so we will be able to move ahead.
Ma'am, this is a raid actually. So many answers. Wonderful.
That's so good. That's a completely an interactive session, and I would say this is a complete teacher training program then. That is completely a teacher training program. इसका मतलब आप लोगों ने ये prove कर दिया कि हम virtual भी हैं तो भी कोई बात नहीं. Even if we are on the screen, but we are very much active. That I can see today.
Wow, that's nice.
Okay, fine. Lot of answers. Now I will give you. Okay. Okay, fine. Sing a song, poem. Sing a song, poem again. Then, okay. Draw a hairstyle. Okay. Poem. Poem. Draw the style. Okay. Creativity. Okay, fine. Lot of, I think so. If I am not mistaken, more than 100 or 200 have answered till now because it's going too quick. बहुत फास्ट जा रहा है.
Ma'am, this is like magic. You need to tell us. I'm getting inquisitive now.
Okay, fine. So this is what they have shown, that they are there and they are listening. The first most important thing as an educator, हम बच्चों के साथ जो करते हैं, बच्चे सुन रहे हैं कि नहीं सुन रहे, मेरे बच्चे सब सुन रहे हैं. So that is what that first feedback I have already got from them. They are listening and they are paying attention and they are answering it to you. Okay, fine. So now I will start with an activity. Fine. Everyone has written, draw, everything you all have written, hum a tune. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, if you see, now all can I now, I think so, I would like to say, because still you are answering.
Yeah.
Fine.
I believe we can pause for the answer and move to the next part. Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So now I would like to say, see, those who have written, we would like to sing a tune or we would like to sing a song or hum a tune, whatever. So that means that you prefer music. You are a music smart person. Definitely because you like singing. There are many other activities. Why have you not selected sitting and cutting the hair? Why have you not selected doing approximate calculation of at the barber shop कि कितना होगा पैसा ये इसका मेरे haircut का? Why you are not interested? Because you are interested in something else. Why are you not interested in drawing? While you want to sing? Because that shows that is your first intelligence which you are. See, there are many others also you might be interested. You might be interested in listening to a music plus at the same time, but your second preference will be मैं drawing करूँगी. मैं first time पे सिर्फ music सुनूंगी या मैं कुछ अच्छी सी tune बनाऊंगी. Because that is the free time where I am sitting to and just humming a tune together. So that is the first thing. The second thing will be, so ऐसा नहीं है कि the second one will be not your intelligence, but the first one will be your dominant intelligence. So you are basically a music smart person. Those who wanted to draw, they are visual smart. They have artistic skills. So they are visual smart. Now, some of them have written sing a song. So sing a song will again come into music smart. Then one of the person had written, I saw a palm tree. Before the customer cutting hair, so the person is like the person could visualize, see which tree or plant animal you relate to the barber. So you are able to visualize. So आप वहाँ बैठे बैठे visualize कर सकते हैं चीज को. So that is again an intelligence of yours. That is a dominant intelligence because you are visualizing. So you are visual or a spatial smart. So this is way I came to know my dominant intelligence. The same way I can put up these activities in a classroom of a preschool. Suppose I am teaching a circle to the child. So I will just do different types of activities here. I am teaching body parts to the child. So body parts mera main topic hai where I have kept the center as a body parts. Now I do, suppose rhymes related to body parts I will do. 10 little fingers, 10 little toes. So that is the rhyme related to body parts. That is the music smart. So I will fill up all these activities here related to body parts. The same way we can find out the dominant intelligence of the child also in the class. And that could be nurtured. And that could be done in a graph form on regular basis. Fine. This was our first activity which we did. Now, sir, the second slide, can you put up? Now, since we all are intelligent, we have proved ourselves by answering the questions. Every one of us has answered the questions. We have done a lot of question answering. You have answered also each and everything. So we now know that we all are intelligent, but in different ways. But how much? How much are we intelligent? How any child is intelligent? Can I prove that? See, I have given a picture to the child or the child. You must have heard this story about the elephant also and three blind men, where they are supposed to tell what they are touching and they have to see and like describe that. A task hai. Then what, that is a trunk. Then what they are touching, this is the body, this is the rear body, this is the front body. So what they are touching, they are supposed to describe that in form of the elephant. But they all are intelligent because they are, the way they are touching, they are able to describe in that way. The way child learns, that only the child will able to, you will be able to assess the child in that way. Sir, the next slide. Okay, now you can again start writing Who is more intelligent from all of these? You can see all the pictures displayed. There are 8 pictures displayed. According to you, who is the most intelligent? Please write down your answers in the chat box, the way you were writing before. All, okay, all are intelligent. Vivekananda is intelligent. Mother Teresa is intelligent. No, everyone is intelligent. Einstein is intelligent, okay? Okay, fine. All, everyone. Okay, Einstein again. Okay, Einstein, Swami Vivekananda. All are intelligent. Okay, fine. Okay. Swami Vivekananda has come many times and all are intelligent also. Okay, fine. Okay, keep on writing. Mother Teresa. Okay. All are intelligent. Okay. All are intelligent. Okay, fine. Even I am intelligent. Yes, absolutely, you are intelligent. That's a good one. Okay. That's like how children answer in the class. Ma'am may be intelligent too. Okay, fine. So all are intelligent according to you, ma'am. Okay. Okay. J.K. Rowling is important. Okay. J.K. Rowling is intelligent. Okay. Fine. Okay. All. Okay. In their field, all are intelligent. Okay, fine. So now I could hurt, ma'am, even you are intelligent. Okay, that's so kind of you. Okay, fine. Keep on writing. Okay. Sania Mirza, body smart. Very good. Everyone has their own intelligence. Okay, all. Okay, fine. So I have received many, I think so, many answers I have received. Okay. Okay, fine. Many of you have said that all are intelligent. I completely agree. All are intelligent. Now, in your classroom, do you say one child is intelligent or two, say, do bacche intelligent, others are all are not intelligent at all? Do you say to your children this way? And if you are trying to identify this first person, now first person is what? Let me know. A.R. Rahman, he is a music smart. See, if you see all these people have 8 intelligence and they have been displayed. Few of them have been nurtured and few of them have inherited. They are genetically smart. If you see all of them, if you want to see, first is A.R. Rahman, M.F. Hussain. M.F. Hussain is also there here. I'm not able to see it much clearly. M.F. Hussain, Mother Teresa, Swami Vivekananda. Now, most of you have answered Swami Vivekananda is very smart. Why? Don't you feel others are smart in their own respective fields, I should say? If we talk about respective fields, if I am talking about Albert Einstein, few of you have written that Albert Einstein is smart, intelligent, but others are not. But Albert Einstein is logical, mathematical intelligence. He is number smart. He is a questionnaire. He is basically skilled with numbers. This person is skilled with numbers. This person is skilled with words, with music. He composes everything. So this person is skilled with music. This is a people smart person. Swami Vivekananda is a people smart person. That is your interpersonal skills. So he's good at interpersonal skills. Very good. Mother Teresa, someone has written just now, intrapersonal skills. That is, I have emotions, I have feelings for others. I can understand the other person. So I am an intrapersonal smart person. Okay? Fine. Now, so all these people, Arundhati, now if you talk about words also, J.K. Rowling. Now, if you're talking about J.K. Rowling, is skilled with words. Why it's skilled with words? It's a word player. M.F. Hussain, skilled with like art. You can say art and images. So he's a visualizer. He can visualize things and he can draw. Sania Mirza is a gynesthetically smart. physical player, physical skill, the mover, you can say the mover, the movement person who can move from here to there. A.R. Rahman, I have already told you, a music and a melody person. Mother Teresa, Swami Vivekananda. Now, the last one is Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin is what? Basically a naturalist. He is fond of nature, the elements in nature. That person is also called as the birds man. And if you remember, Salim Ali was also called as the birds man. Arundhati Roy was also called as a verbal smart. The same way is J.K. Rowling, who has written the famous I think so. ये बच्चे बहुत सारा ये देखते हैं. They continuously keep on watching the movies. That is like what she's written. So each and every one, if you see, are all smart. Harry Potter. Thank you so much, ma'am. So my all students are very intelligent. I can completely say that because they all are interactive with me. Continuously, they are interacting with me. So
Shalini ma'am, I need to ask you something that if this all people had done their, if they had got their intelligences identified, wouldn't have been a different scenario?
See, you are absolutely right, ma'am. Shweta ma'am, if you identify your intelligences at a small age, you are able to even take it to your career level. See, basically, they are doing career and they have identified, or their parents have identified, and there are ways to identify, ma'am. And that is why we are doing this training program so that we can help the teachers to identify the students, ma'am, in their class. Now,
so that they can know that children will be future A.R. Rahmans or they will be Einsteins?
Yeah, definitely. Why not? They all can become. And in fact, in a class of 30 or 35, I feel each and every intelligence is there in the classroom. We need to just tap them out.
Exactly.
That's the main thing. We need to just tap them out. Now, I have just dealt with what type of intelligences the person has. That is the identification. Now, Shweta ma'am, I would like you to, I think so, you can just enhance on each and every different type of intelligence. You can take one by one, ma'am, and you can just talk about each and every intelligence as we have just completed the identification. So, Shweta ma'am, please, if you could
Thank you so much.
From the creators of the award-winning English Early Literacy Phonics Playset, we bring to you a research-based, revolutionary and cutting-edge English reading product. Square Tales combine digital learning with physical application, transforming your pre-readers into independent and confident readers. Your child starts instantly from our bookshelf. Our patented blending engine helps your child blend letter sounds to form words with only 8 letters. Once they practice the words, they can start to read along the story through a very engaging and interactive interface. Several engaging activities at the end of each book help the child revise what they have learned.
Good job!
And while the children revise, our product assess their learning. Just try Square Tales 15 minutes a day to see a stark progress in your child.
Shalini ma'am, you took a very energetic and a very, very nice interactive session. And I loved all the picture slides that you showed. The barber thing was really good. And what I would like to do is, I would like to hum a song. Someone had written, Sir Jo Tera Chakrai, Ya Dil Duba Sing. Okay. So that's a wonderful activity that we did. I thank Square Panda for having us here. And I thank all the participants to be so active and participate so nicely. So now I will take you all into a little detail where we will talk about 4 intelligences, ma'am, today, as we do not have that much time that we can cover all of them. So we will take 4. We will take bodily kinesthetic, we will take naturalistic intelligence, we will go with verbal linguistic, and we will go with musical intelligence. So ma'am has already introduced us kind of to what it is actually about. So let me tell you a small little, a few lines like children are smart. There are many ways that a child is smart. It can be logic, it can be music, or it can be art. No matter which smarts are easy for them. They work together in all that they do. So help them in their smarts wherever you can. For more they use them, the more they will grow. So I want all the educators who are joining us here today to help children to realize what smarts they have and try to develop the other smarts as well. So let us go with bodily kinesthetic or the body smart. So I want all the educators to tell me that could you kind of judge from the name bodily kinesthetic? What does kinesthetic mean? Can I have some answers? What does kinesthetic mean? What does intelligence
Shweta,
relate?
I come to know whether they were paying attention or no.
Yeah, from the previous slide, ma'am has shown. Yes, I'm getting answers. Movements, body parts. Wonderful, wonderful. Physical activity. Yes, yes. Lovely, lovely. So all the listeners were listening. Thank you so much. So bodily kinesthetic or body smart is an intelligence in which we come to know about the ability of a child to use the body parts, fingers, arms, hands, to express ideas or feelings or to solve a problem or a task that is given in class or in making some hands-on project, some activity, right? I hope you all get it. Yes, we are using physically, being physically active, using body parts, body movements, exactly. So how do you identify? Thank you so much for your answers. How do you identify children? There are so many children in your class. Like we are not pertaining to one particular intelligence or one particular child. So how do you identify this kind of children? These children enjoy hands-on activities like role acts, taking part in sports, outdoor group work activities, art projects, etc. They are very strong in gross and fine motor skills. They like playing with musical instruments. They love being interactive with others, and they cannot sit in one place or read continuously for a long time. And they love to move around. I think this all relates to something like a child who likes to be very active, like using the body parts, will relate to all the things that I'm saying. So let me even tell you that how would you nurture these skills? How would you nurture these skills? Like if a child is not having a bodily kinesthetic intelligence, but we have to develop a curriculum where we have to emphasize or we have to develop all kind of intelligences in a child. So how would you nurture? Or if a child is having a bodily kinesthetic intelligence, how would you nurture it even more? Here, the activity is movement. So you will use activities like puppet theater, you will use sticker books, you will use playing games like charades or damshalards, or you will even use flashcards to guess the words. You will use action songs like you put your right leg in, you put your right leg out, or you will use some hands-on activity like chicken dance. You can use hopscotch with numbers and alphabets written on the floor. You can use vegetable and fruit treasure hunt. Very nice, I'm seeing hopscotch. You can use exercise with the use of lines, numbers, alphabets, colors, seasons, and days. Like if you are using body movements and you are saying numbers or alphabets, you can use obstacle race with patterns. You can use group games like four corners, oranges and lemon, and using gestures for keywords. Like if you are having a flashcard of say run, the child has to act run. And then making puppets, stick puppets, finger puppets, etc. And creating artworks related to a story. So these are a few activities. Now, I hope you have got a grasp of what actually bodily kinesthetic. Yes, I'm seeing roly-poly action, yes. But all the preschoolers generally, yes, exactly. I think you are getting a hold of it. Very nice. So yes, children get warmed up, they enjoy the whole session. Yes, we can even use musical chair, wonderful rhymes and games. Yes, exactly. So by using bodily kinesthetic intelligence, we are not only incorporating physical movement, but we are trying to keep our children active. A very good way of starting the day and ending the day. Now let us all go to naturalistic intelligence, the second one. It is nature smart. Now can you guess what does it relate to? Ma'am has already explained to you. She already told you the name of a person who is a nature smart person. So could you relate it? Yes. Treasure hunt? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. A biologist? Yes. Scientist? Yes. Environmentalist? Oh, exactly. So I think you're getting a grasp of it. Ability to identify and classify patterns in nature. The children who have naturalistic intelligence or who are at nature smart, they have the ability to identify and classify patterns in nature. Classify animals, plants, seasons, geographical features, etc. Now, if a child is very close to nature, it is very easy to identify such a child. So, let me tell you, how do you identify this kind of children? So, these children are very active in sensory skills. They are very active with sounds, smell, taste, and touch. Yes. Yes. They love flowers, mountains, rivers. Yes, yes, exactly. And they notice changes very fast, like weather, seasons, and climate. They are very, very kind of attached to all these changes which are happening around them. They like outdoor activities like field trips, gardening, STEM activities like science and learning, and they like cooking, etc. They are good at patterns. Like in our curriculum, we are seeing that children are always having to learn patterns like standing line, sleeping line, slanting line, and everything. So the children who are good at naturalistic intelligence are very good at patterns, either with the crayons or either with pebbles or any grains that you're using. So they notice similarities and differences very well. They can remember brands of cars. They can remember brands of clothes, chocolates, etc. So we see that this kind of skills in small toddlers these days. So you can easily identify that that kind of a child is a naturalistic or a nature smart person. Now, as we know that all these skills are there, they are related to nature. So how would you nurture this skill? Ma'am is saying that it is very important that we nurture these skills. If the child has it, enhance it even better. If a child doesn't have it, incorporate it by certain activities. So this can be done through doff rolling, clay shapes, pattern books, like making patterns with the help of beads, using shapes, buttons, pulses, etc. Assorting groceries that you bring at home, vegetables, fruits, healthy food, unhealthy food, story yoga, storytelling with theme, and kind of a size sorting with blocks or objects, water pouring, weighing scale, germination, bottle garden, touch and feel or sensory charts, STEM magic with the help of magnets, color spreading, and magnifying glasses. So now I'll take a halt and I will request Chandra sir to please show me the video in which there are a few pictures of the bodily kinesthetic or body smart activities. Can we have the small video, sir?
Just give us a minute, we'll just play it. Yeah.
Yes. So in this video, it's just a kind of a collection of a few activities that the children are doing, which relates to bodily kinesthetic or body smart. So I've already mentioned these activities. Here you are seeing blocks, round, we are seeing hopscotch, stepping stones, numbers, alphabets can be used. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, and then that was relating to bodily kinesthetic activities. And next picture slide, there is a picture collage which I would want you to share, sir, which relates to naturalistic intelligence, in which we can even use STEM activities like using magnifying glass, taking children into the garden so that they can, yes. Here we are seeing that a small tray has been divided into different parts where they have put farm animals over here. We have pigs, we have cows, so the different environments. The child with a magnifying glass trying to see what exactly is the world behind it. And there are super fun activities where you can do balancing, where you can do pattern making. You are seeing the glasses and the bead arrangements with colors. You can even have sand play. Thank you so much. Okay.
Learning to read was never so much fun. Help your child acquire reading skills starting at home. Get your child reading and learning with the SquareTales reading app today and turn them into confident readers for life. Each book slowly increases the level of learning following a sequence of phonological awareness, so your child becomes an independent reader. All this while the child is playing. Download the SquareTales reading app today.
Right. So I want the people who are viewing here today to give me one activity that they could state relating to bodily kinesthetic. Do you have anything that I have not mentioned? I'm seeing science experiments. Yes. Pink tower, frog jump, dance, printing. Yes. Hopscotch, cycling, sand activity, dance and drama. So these activities are a very essential part of the preschool curriculum. But if you systematically use it on the basis of how you want to incorporate the particular intelligence and then form your kind of a working plan, it would be excellent. So yes, animal yoga, yes, wonderful. So let us go to the next kind of intelligence, that is the verbal intelligence or the linguistic intelligence or the word smart. Now, here comes the ability to understand a written or a spoken language and the ability to speak and write, articulate, express, and convey one's thoughts and feelings outside to the world in one or any kind of a language. Like usually that the toddlers come to us, they are very pro in their mother tongue, but as they come to preschool, they will learn English, they learn Hindi. If they are known to any kind of a regional language, then the communication in that kind of languages is called a word smart child. Now, this intelligence is very commonly seen in toddlers. They love to speak, they love to babble. So let us identify this kind of intelligence. Could you guess how do we identify this kind of children? Yes, yes, yes. Poets, yes. Narrating stories, talkative children, children who like rhyme, singing. Very nice. You are such a good audience. So this kind of children remember written and spoken information. They can creatively speak on a given topic, or they can remember a story if it is narrated to them. We saw a wonderful video in the Square Panda in the beginning, so they will relate very much to this kind of activities. They are good in debating. They like rhymes. They love tongue twisters and limericks. So can anybody tell me any one tongue twister that you have used in class? Any one tongue twister? Do you remember any tongue twister that you have used with your children? Yes. She sells seashells on the seashore. So that's a tongue twister. Yes. So that enhances the grasp on words and the pronunciation. So that's a lovely activity. Speaking interactive rhymes is a very good activity. So how would you nurture this kind of an intelligence? Kacha papad, pakka papad, yes. Bitti bought a bit of butter, yes. Wow, guys, you are amazing. So I think if you are using this, you are a wonderful educator. But if you are not using it, start using things like this to enhance the verbal and linguistic intelligence. How would you nurture it even more? Use Scrabble, use making 2-letter or 3-letter word by using flashcards. You can use crossword puzzles or any kind of puzzles that you have at school. You can use Boggle. You can use short stories. You can use story picture cards. You can use flashcards. And you can use story sequencing and story sheets. So I think you are all known to this. Strip story. Wonderful. Yes. So I would want to show you something like an activity sheet over here. Here you can see the activity sheet where there is a story mentioned over here in which there are cutouts of the dialogues. So these dialogues can be pasted as 1, 2, 3, 4 as the sequence goes, or they can be a reading out from a book, a picturesque book. You can read out a story from a nice book where the words and alphabet and picture recognition can be done. And then can be even flashcard reading, like stories can be done with flashcards where alphabets and words can be visualized over here. Picture reading can also be done. So this is a nice way. Storytelling is a wonderful way. You even have story sequencing where pictures are already printed over here and you have to sequence the story, like as in the scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4. These are printables which are available, or you can create this on your own. You can even do story sequences with flashcards. So
Shweta,
then
just,
comes another intelligence.
Shweta,
Yes,
just
sir?
to come in for a minute, this can also be done using Square Tales. There are a lot of stories
Yes,
into
sir. That's what I said. I saw your video and it was amazing. I could relate to some activities. That's why I mentioned it, that you could
Yeah.
relate to this activities. Wonderful. Would you want to say something on it?
No, what I would just like to say is using Square Tales, there is a lot of visual, there is a lot of audio part into it. There's a music associated with it. There is a activity for story sequencing into it. So all the aspects that are covered into a one exercise which the parents can and the teachers can do it. And I would just like to take this opportunity and ask all our teachers to at least recommend Square Tales to their principals so that they can recommend it once again officially to their parents, right? In their personal
Exactly.
capacity also, we would request the teachers to what we say share Square Tales to their parents, to their students, so that they can use this in this time when they are alone at home and they don't have something which is age appropriate things to learn. So this actually
Exactly.
over to you, Shweta ma'am. I don't want you to stop with your
No,
flow.
I must say I saw the video and I was very impressed. So I think they should take a detailed look into it. It's a wonderful visual learning medium where you can connect to children very fast. And as our children, I think all children born in this era are visually smart. They connect to screens in a very amazing way. So there comes other intelligence for the day, the fourth one, which we will be discussing, which is the music smart or the musical intelligence. Now, music smart, we showed you an example. Musicians or people who are inclined toward music will have this kind of an intelligence. So children, how will you identify children who are music smart? Can you tell me? Yeah, they would relate to sounds, they will like music, they will like rhymes. Yes, very nice. So this kind of children connect very easily to pitches of sound, rhythm, and tone and tempo. They love to connect to music. You give them a musical instrument and they are hands on. So this intelligence enables us to recognize, create, reproduce, reflect on music, and connect to music. We all adults almost love music. There will be hardly very few people who will not like to connect to music. So music smart, musical intelligence is present in almost everybody. So how would you nurture? There are some people who don't like music. So how would you nurture this skill? Those who have it can enhance it even better. So this skill relates to the hearing power, the auditory sense. Okay, so how to enhance this? Use audios, like make the child listen to audios. Audio visual is also okay. It's a very powerful medium. They will learn through audios. They will learn through music breaks. Like suppose you are teaching a concept of alphabets or numbers, or you are teaching seasons or shapes. So when you are showing a visual slide, suppose you have shown a square, then you have shown a triangle, and then there comes a slide of let's jump around, and the kids start jumping. So you are incorporating music, you are incorporating physical movement, and you are incorporating learning. So you are blending all the intelligences together. So these are known as music breaks, where children dance around, move around, hop around, and then let them use musical instruments while doing numbers. Like if you are using a banjo or you are using a xylophone and you are doing alphabets or numbers, or you are doing 2-letter words or 3-letter words. So could we share the last slide?
Yeah, ma'am. Just give us a second. Yeah.
Yeah, playing the toy musical instruments like drum, yeah, xylophone. You can use glasses with different levels of water filled into it and let them jingle on it. Yes, here you are seeing the small little toddlers using a musical instrument. Even the bigger kids are using a musical instrument. You can sing a rhyme along with a musical instrument. You can just create a note. You can even do sa re ga ma. Yes, you can do anything. You can be as creative as you could be. Music, if you begin your class with music, there's nothing negative. You just make and build up the tempo for the children. It's a wonderful way to collect. Yes. So very nice. Musical instruments. Has anybody done any particular music related activity in class? that you are very proud of, or you feel you are very different, nobody would have done it? Yes, you can, music with hands is possible too, yes. You put your right leg in, you put your right leg out, right leg in and shake it all about. You do the boogie boogie and turn yourself around, and that's how we have fun. So that's a very easy way to connect. Yes, we have roly poly. Yes, you can use musical instruments along with rhymes. Yes, nice, nice, wonderful. Musical chair, wiggle your fingers, hands and toes, hands, knees and toes. When you're happy and you know, clap your hands. When you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Yes. So if you're happy and you are happy listening to us, this was the last intelligence for the day. We'll be coming up. I would want Shalini ma'am to please come on screen and tell us what is the next session going to have. Do we want to tell anything to our audience, Shalini ma'am?
No, so I was just asking, sir, any questions? One I could see.
Yeah, there are,
Shalini ma'am, we could read out.
so there are a few questions which have come up
Yeah.
from the audiences. I'll just read them. Yeah, as we take on these questions, there is some question from a person saying how to introduce tens and ones when children are at home, and the teacher has to take introduction without some material.
Yeah, the first question.
Yeah.
Okay, how to introduce tens and ones. Basically, tens and ones you start at this, I think so, senior KG, that is also after, that is between term 2. That is end of term 2. That is the last topic you are doing, tens and ones. Now, doing it at a preschool level, and that also without a material, is very challenging. No doubt about it, it's challenging. But what you could do is, you could definitely, the way we are sharing the screen, see, even we are sharing the screen. So you could also share the screen. You could draw certain objects. Tens के अंदर आप objects draw कर सकते हो. Now I am taking a virtual class. I am sharing a screen with you. I can tell my children that go and get 10 sweets or whatever, 10 beans, and get it, keep it ready on the plate. Usually tens and ones are done with those beans. Beans is a good method of doing tens and ones, you know. आप राजमा होते हैं, चने होते हैं, ये सब तो घर में होता ही है सबके. You don't need to get it. You don't have.
You can use matchsticks also, ma'am.
Matchsticks, ma'am. I would a bit hesitate to give to the preschoolers because they are very smart. They can put it anywhere and
okay.
You know, they can just rub it anywhere, and they are very smart, I should say. So कुछ भी आपके पास कोई भी जैसे beans हैं, छोटे छोटे beans हैं, राजमा है, चना है, that chana balls are there. You can keep it aside. You have small tiny balls. You have play equipments where the teacher herself can keep them.
Thread and buttons.
The tens, bundle of 10 हो गया ये. फिर ये हो गया tens का 1 हो गया. Now
spoons.
This is my number smart. Okay, I am connecting this to multiple intelligence because we are talking about today multiple intelligence. Now, I have to take it to kinesthetic smart, bodily smart. I want my children to get up from the chair. I don't want them to sit and just keep on listening because I don't know whether they are listening also.
Yes.
बहुत छोटे हैं तो मुझे पता भी नहीं वो सुन भी रहे हैं कि नहीं सुन रहे हैं मेरा. तो इसलिए it's better to make them stand. Okay. Now, if I count 10, you will take 10 steps. Now, if I tell 10 steps आपने ले लिए, then 1 step I'm telling you more. So, how many I did? 10 steps plus 1 small step. So, how much it is? 10 tens and 1 small. So, like that way, you know, gynesthetic भी आपने कर लिया. A small song you could create where you could dance this side and they could dance on the other side. See, we need, as teachers, we are very creative. And that I have seen on the screen, what answers you are giving it to me. So each one of you have creativity. The only thing is we need to just enhance and bring them out. So you are dancing there, the children are dancing there, you are dancing here. Again, you can take this, share the screen with them, show them objects, make them do the same thing what you are doing. Because you need to make them do, that is active learning. Unless and until there is active learning, the children will not learn. So you can take each and everything you can take, and you can, in fact, you can incorporate all these multiple intelligences. inside and you can just do the entire project with them. आप साथ में virtually भी उनके साथ group discussion में कर सकते हो. You can ask children only the questions. How should I do? They will come up with the answers.
Early literacy is the foundation for all learning. Building on this foundation, our mission at Square Panda is to help every child succeed at early literacy. One of the things that parents may not always be aware of is that learning to read is an extremely complex skill. Not only from a behavioral perspective where children have to attend school for many years to learn how to read, but also from the perspective of the brain where some profound rewiring needs to happen to enable skilled reading. One of the other things that I want to emphasize is that it is very important for children to really get engaged and have fun with the reading process. That is what ultimately will drive their intrinsic motivation to keep coming back and keep learning.
That's a wonderful way, yes.
That is like interactive, that is your interpersonal skills again. So each and every skill could be targeted, you know, by
Right,
doing
right.
things and ones you can do. The same way what we are doing today, by sharing the screen and by showing
Yes.
them the rods and all, by drawing the blocks or by showing them and counting them, beads with counting and keeping them aside.
Give the idea paper strips, yeah, that's also possible.
Yeah, paper strips, anything what they do not put inside their mouth because it has to be monitored. Otherwise, the
Yes.
parent has to be there with them.
True.
So we have to be careful about what we are giving them or what we are asking them also to get, because the parent has to be on the side. Or we
Right.
tell them certain things, certain objects which we know that they are not harmful for the child, or वो बच्चा कुछ करेगा नहीं. You know, that is very important when we are using material for them, at least especially at this age. They have beads in their house. Beads होते ही हैं, parents लाके रखते हैं. Beads and
Right.
thread their beads. So that they can do with tens and ones, the beading can be done. That is also a nice method of doing it, tens and ones. So there are like many things at home only you can do, you don't need to buy also. There are many.
Any other question?
Yeah, I would like to take one more question. So one question is how to teach gross motor skill development activities online. That's one question. And then we would like to address something, and I would like to share some experiences of Shalini ma'am, how she has been doing MI in her school to all my audiences. But this one question, ma'am, how to teach gross motor skills? Shweta ma'am, if you can take it up.
Yes. So, Shalini ma'am, would you want to relate it to any kind of an intelligence?
That is, ma'am, bodily gynesthetic, definitely. Because
Yes.
it's gross motor, so it's bodily gynesthetic. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And have you experienced any kind of a very nice activity that you want to share related to gross motors?
Like gross motor, ma'am, there are many activities. You can say it all depends from, you can say, which theme you are basically taking, which theme you are catering to. And accordingly, gross motor skills, you know, it is divided into fine and gross then.
Means what do you want to teach in context to gross motors, right?
Gross motors, basically, your large muscles are used.
Right.
Gross motor means your large muscles. आपके hands movements और आपके legs movements, maximum.
Using the bigger body parts is gross
That's
motor
your large
skills.
muscles. Yeah, large
Yes.
muscles are basically for gross motor skills. So
Right.
where you are telling them, I can just share one thing, that if you say there are, you can say 15 to 20 ways the way a child runs. Now, everyone will be surprised. Even I was surprised when I was learning about this theory, that there are 20 ways to run. भागने के भी तरीके होते हैं. 20 तरीके से लोग भागते हैं. See, that is the way. The first step is, okay, simple way you are running, simple way. Wherever the child wants to run, in any direction the child runs. That is the first step. Then I give a coordinated, that आपको ये लाइन पे ही भागना है, ये लाइन के बीच में ही भागना है.
Pattern obstacle race. Yes, exactly. You draw a zigzag up
Yeah,
and
then
down.
you draw a zigzag, then you say backward, पीछे भागो, आगे भागो. अरे बाप रे, then there are 20 types of running. Then
Yeah.
there are 20 types of walking. So like
Yes.
there are so many, you know, activities which we can plan.
There is a wonderful activity called sensory walk, in which you are using old Eva mats and you are putting sensory materials, like you can put soft push, velvety material, satin, you can put stones, you can put wood, and you are creating a path, and you can even blindfold the children and they can walk on this path to feel the material, and you are using body parts and you are using the other touch and feel senses. So there is aiming a ball into a particular number basket. Like if you have small balls in one opposite side and the other side you are having small dustbins, or you're having small other baskets where you are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you are asking the child to throw the ball into the number basket 3. So there is number identification, using of the hands, using of the eye-hand coordination, and a total overall development where you are trying to incorporate all the intelligences along with the gross motor skills.
You're right, Shweta.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stealing the donkey. Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's also anything. But one thing I would like to conclude for this gross motor skill is that anything you are planning, any teachers, those who are planning, the fine motor and the gross motor, there has to be a balance between the two.
Exactly.
आपको balance करना ही पड़ेगा दोनों activities के बीच में.
Yes.
That would be there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so absolutely wonderful. I just wanted to also share with my audiences that Shalini ma'am has been a consultant for multiple schools, and she has been guiding very specifically implementation of MI in these schools and over the number of years. So all the guidances which come from Shalini ma'am and Shweta ma'am has been from their experience of doing things. And that's the reason why I can see on the chat lines that everybody has been so happy with this session. It has not been a data specific, but something which you can implement on a day-to-day basis. If the audiences have really liked it, can we just have one session of thanks for Shalini ma'am and Shweta ma'am? They have really been kind enough and given a good amount of time to our panelists and share their experiences, which don't come overnight.
So I'm going to use my gross motor skills, Chandraji, and I'm going to clap for you and all the audience.
In fact, we both will do, Shweta.
Yes, I'm using my hand. Yes.
Thanks to
And
Suraj Panda also for giving an opportunity, and thanks to all these participants. They
Wonderful
are
audience. I love them. Yes.
The way they have answered, they are too good.
The audiences have been great enough, and I am really happy with the way we have been building a community. Teachers, for those who have, I have the WhatsApp number. I'll be sharing our Facebook page where you can get connected, so that you can get auto notifications from Facebook about our programs, about our videos, our previous webinars, and all the things coming to you automatically from the system. And the next thing we would also like to request all the teachers is, can we ask our principals to maybe recommend SquareTales? There's a free download available for the parents to use it during this lockdown. And Shweta ma'am and Shalini ma'am has really demonstrated it, how SquareTales is also incorporating the nuances of MI, and it has got much more into it. And we definitely look forward to the next week where we will be taking up the rest of the MIs with, once again, Shalini ma'am and Shweta ma'am. I herewith, on behalf of SquareTales and all the panelists on the board, including our IT person Pankaj and Miss Nandini, who has been helping out at the background for coordinating the questions, I thank all of you, and have a great evening and a great weekend. Thank you, participants. Thank you, panelists.
My kid is like every other 5 years old. She loves being active, she loves to play, she loves to be naughty all the time. But she won't really read. All that changed when I introduced her to SquareTales.
SquareTales is basically an interactive platform.
It actually makes her self-learn. Just the 10 minutes of it and she grasps everything. It just contains of 2 or 3 letters in the words. She speaks it so clearly.
For beginners, it's very important to learn to read. And then in a later stage, they read to learn.
He is learning correct words, correct pronunciation, and his vocabulary is increasing. I am happy he is able to blend the letters and he can read.
She had started reading small sentences and making her own sentences.
So it's more of a fun for him.
The child would love to play with this since it's full of characters and colorful.
They start with guided reading digitally, and then they move to independently reading the physical version of the same book.
The activities and the readings and the books they are giving, it's all based on the neuroscience research.
It's a digital world, of course, so the child would love to play with iPads and phones and all. And they are willingly learning with that.
And I don't feel guilty about giving my daughter the screen time.
I heard about Square Tales online and I just had to try it out.
I'm really happy with Square Tales, that it is giving that overall development to my child.
As in a whole, I'm really very happy to make this decision and gift her Square Tales.
So I am very happy with this Square Tail, and I highly recommend for the parents to go for it.
I'm waiting for more to come in.
And I'm so confident that this product will help my child to become successful and more advanced.